everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. Listen, we got a lot to get into today. I've been on these internet streets digging, and we have some interesting stuff to talk about. But before we get into it, of course, y'all know I do my shout outs. And first up, and the only shout out, we only have one today, and that is Tiger Mommy. Tiger Mommy is everything. She is, and she knows she's everything. She is so kind and so sweet and so smart, and she is so supportive. She is unwavering in her support for the read, and I am so thankful that she is a part of this community because she makes it what it is, and that is the best community on these internet streets. So thank you, Tiger Mommy. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all, we're going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. Okay, y'all, I want to give another quick shout out to Tiger Mommy. She is just so kind, and I appreciate her so much. I appreciate how hard she rides for the read. It means everything. So thank you again, Tiger Mommy. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for riding so hard for the read. Yes, it means everything. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, we have quite a bit to talk about. We do, because squatties have secured tickets to Meghan's event in Australia. Yes. 4 Australian squatties have secured tickets, and we are going to get firsthand accounts of what went on. I cannot wait, y'all. I cannot wait for them to report back and tell us how everything was. Yes, and the pictures. Can you imagine the pictures we're gonna get? I'm so excited, y'all. And I'm so happy for these squatties. I am over the moon that they're gonna be able to attend this event with Meghan. I am turning into Oprah right now, y'all, because I'm so excited about it. And guess what? GB News monitoring our accounts found out that these squatties had obtained tickets and wrote an article about it. We're going to talk about that as well. And we're going to talk about how squatties had the time today to skull drag Matt Connolly, that scumbag who wrote that article in Variety, saying basically that Netflix was finished with Harry and Meghan. Y'all remember that? We're going to revisit that. And the squatties are having a field day dragging the trolls about this. Yes, because y'all know when this article was written in Variety, the trolls, the ugly old hags, the derangers, they ran with it. They didn't want to hear anything any different. They really thought that Netflix was done with Prince Harry and Meghan. Well, then Harry and Meghan announced that they're not so done with Netflix, and Netflix is not so done with them because they're producing a new Polo series, and squatties are absolutely skull dragging all the trolls up and down these internet streets, and it's so delicious. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about their new obsession, the flying monkeys, and that is this so-called petition that all of these derangers have hatched up. I believe it is no way valid. It is not a real petition, but we all know they don't need facts. They just need a narrative that they can go with so they can put out just nonsense on the pages of their rags. And that's exactly what they have done. Just talking about how it's a petition with over 30,000 signatures of people saying that they don't want the Australian government to pay for Harry and Meghan's security when they are in the country. Now, how stupid is that? Everyone knows that Harry and Meghan is not going to have security provided to them by the Australian government. Why would you have a petition to do something like that? It makes no sense, but we all know things don't have to make sense for flying monkeys and derangers. I just saw a panel discussion, and this woman who is a so-called royal expert on the morning shows over there in Australia, she was on GB News, that horse mouth one, yeah, her. And she was talking about this so-called petition allegedly signed by over 30,000 people, which I don't believe. I believe this is just made up nonsense from the derangers. But I digress on that point. Yeah, she was just into her bag on this panel, just talking about it. And then this newsreader had to present Harry and Meghan's side because Harry and Meghan had put out a statement. And let me tell you, it was a petty masterpiece. And we're going to talk about it. It looks like Harry and Meghan are in their petty era, and I love it. Y'all know I am the queen of petty and the queen of messy, and them being petty is absolutely warming the cockles of my heart. Yes, and that is delicious as well. It is. It's just a lot going on. We got some other stuff we're going to talk about. It's going to be fun. Y'all know I am not going to keep y'all long, but I will keep you entertained. So lock in, and we're going to start with this. And I'm going to put this up. I remember in my last podcast, I talked about this old bogus petition that they had up online. The derangers again, they always love a petition. Every time they find out Harry and Meghan is going to do something, here they come with a petition. Nothing about this is new. This is their go-to move, the derangers. They have done it time and time and time again. They did it when Harry and Meghan went to Nigeria. They did it when Harry and Meghan went to Colombia. This is what they do. They pull this old bogus nonsense out of their butts. Like I said, I don't believe that the signatures are legit, but that's my belief. But this is the only time that they have really gotten any traction out of this nonsense, where so-called mainstream media has picked it up. Yes, look what In Touch Weekly posted. It says Australians launch petition to block security funding for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's trip. Now, how stupid is that? A once respected news publication get on the crazy train with the derangers, the trolls, the ugly old hags. I mean, it's ridiculous that these news entities fall into this trap of a bogus narrative like this. If they had did just a little digging, just a little journalism, they would have known that this is a private funded trip. Why in the world would Harry and Meghan expect the Australian taxpayers to foot the bill for their security? It makes no sense. But we know it doesn't have to make any sense when it comes to the flying monkeys and their smearing of Harry and Meghan. It is absolutely ridiculous what they are willing to fall for just to have the opportunity to print something in their rags with Harry and Meghan's names attached to it in order to garner them some clicks and views. But today, Harry and Meghan and their spokesperson said, we got time today. Yes, we got time to deal with your arse. So Harry and Meghan's spokesperson put out a statement. And let me tell you, it is petty AF and delicious. Now, I don't know who the new spokesperson is for Harry and Meghan. It sounds like it could be me. With this statement because it is petty and I must say, a little messy. And y'all know how I love petty and messy. So, yes, it is delicious. Now, I don't know if all this pettiness and messiness is coming from Harry and Meghan or their spokesperson, but listen, I am enjoying this new era. Harry and Meghan are in their bag. They are absolutely finished with allowing these flying monkeys to just say whatever they want to without them coming in and pushing back. Y'all know I started this channel because I didn't think it was enough pushback going on when it comes to defending Harry and Meghan. And now that Harry and Meghan and even Misan Harriman has joined the fight, I am loving it, y'all. I'm loving it. It is about time. Y'all, I am going to play y'all a soundbite from GB News later on. And this woman, this Australian so-called royal expert, she was on GB News talking about this nonsense with this petition. And then at the end, this newsreader had to read Harry and Meghan's statement. This is why I love when Harry and Meghan puts out a statement, because they know that they have to read it. They can say all the nonsense they want to say, but they have to read that statement. And after she read that statement, that so-called expert, so-called Australian expert, you know the one I'm talking about that has that horse mouth with them long teeth? I just call her Seabiscuit. She got the longest teeth in her mouth. I have never saw anything like it. She looks like she could bite through an apple with just one bite. But I digress. Yes, her face when this newsreader read Harry and Meghan's statement was absolutely delicious. It really, really was. And then she proceeded to call Harry and Meghan petty. And y'all know I just loved it. I did. I absolutely loved it. I ate it up because they are so used to being able to say whatever they want to without any pushback, without Harry and Meghan coming in and pretty much calling them stupid and a liar. So let's get into this statement. Let's talk about it, y'all, because it is too delicious. It is a mic drop, I must say. And this squatty posted Harry and Meghan's statement they made through their spokesperson. This is what it says. It says, it's a mute point. The trip is being funded privately, so I'm not sure what the petition hopes to achieve. Now, y'all know I am going to read between the lines because, yeah, Harry and Meghan's spokesperson is trying to tell them something. And she said, I think it's a she. I don't know. We don't know who this new spokesperson is. If you know, put it in the comments. But I don't know, but I am loving them. But I digress. Harry and Meghan's spokesperson in this statement is pretty much calling these flying monkeys and these derangers perpetrating this nonsense, calling them stupid. What is this whole petition about? Because we're paying for it. We hadn't asked anybody to pay for our security. So what's the problem here, dummy? And the petition goes on to say, of course, if you wanted to dive into the ridiculousness of the petition as an agenda for spreading misinformation, then one could equally hypothesize that there are approximately 26.5 million Australians, 99.98% of the population, who haven't signed it, who must therefore agree with the taxpayers picking up the tab for their visit. Of course, that is another equally stupid assertion to make, but hey, yeah, this is delicious. Not calling them stupid. I love it. It says, why let common sense get in the way of a good story? Sussex spokesperson. I don't know who this spokesperson is, but oh my goodness, is it me? Do I not know that it's me? Because the pettiness of it, the messiness of it, it is so delicious. Calling them stupid, absolutely saying it's the part. This is the part for me that I love so very much. Oh my God! It says approximately 26.5 million Australians, 99.98% of the population who haven't signed it, who must therefore agree with the taxpayers picking up the tab for their visit. Of course, that is another equally stupid assertion to make. But hey, exactly. I made this exact point in my last podcast. Y'all think that Meghan and Harry listens to us? At least maybe the spokesperson is, because that was my point. What are you talking about? And I don't believe that over 30,000 people signed this petition anyway. I don't. This is just some made up nonsense from derangers. But I digress. I love it. And I love the part where they call them stupid, because they are. They're so stupid. Any little thing, here they go with this nonsense. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. And the squatty that posted this said, I think this is called a mic drop. Me too. I hear the mic. It's dropped. It says substances forever. They should have hired this spokesperson from the jump. He doesn't suffer fools. Oh, yes. That's one thing I cannot take is stupidity and disrespect and fools. And it looks like we have gotten the spokesperson we have been asking for forever. Yes, Harry and Meghan are not about the bullshit anymore. Harry and Meghan are in their petty and messy era, and I am here for it. I am. I love it, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I am loving this statement and this spokesperson. And this squatty posted Harry and Meghan's statement from their spokesperson and said, I appreciate the sarcasm and the pettiness in this statement. It was about damn time the Sussexes stopped playing nice. Where is the lie? This is so exciting for me, y'all, because I started my podcast maybe a year and a half, a little over a year and a half ago. And I came in with this attitude that, listen, Harry and Meghan needs to push back. These fools are never going to stop. If you absolutely don't bloody their nose, if you don't push back on a bully, all he does is continue to bully. So Harry and Meghan coming out and joining the fight. Oh my God, I am loving this. Like I said, I don't know who the spokesperson is, but yes, 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 he's doing God's work. This is a repost, and they posted the same statement from the spokesperson, Harry Meghan's spokesperson, and they said an agenda for spreading misinformation. Yes, calling the flying monkeys and the derangers out for being exactly what they are, propagandists. It says the trip is being funded privately, so I am not sure what this petition hopes to achieve. Why let common sense get in the way of a good story? Yes. This particular squatty said that was fire. It was. And the squatty that reposted this said, Child, I am loving this new spokesman era. Who is the Sussexes spokesperson? He or she deserves a raise. About damn time. Exactly. People are saying the same thing over and over and over again. It is about damn time that Harry and Meghan be on the pushback. Yes, we squatties have been out here pushing back for a minute. I created a whole channel to push back. So yeah, I'm loving it. And squatties are loving it too. Yes, yes, yes. And this squatty posted the Sussex's statement and said, "How I love the Sussex spokesperson. She knows how to put the message together and let them look like fools that they are." Yes, y'all tell me what y'all think of this new spokesperson. I am loving them. If you know who it is, put it in the comments, but I'm loving it, y'all. Oh, it is delicious. And I'm going to put a picture up and I am going to play a soundbite. And it is from GB News. And it is a newsreader having to read Harry and Meghan's statement after just completing a whole segment on this bogus petition nonsense. And that horse face, so called Australian royal expert, her face while this newsreader is reading this statement, it's priceless. It is. You can see it all in her face. She is not used to the pushback. She's not used to Harry and Meghan responding to their nonsense. It was delicious. And then she had the nerve to say that Harry and Meghan was being petty. I love it, y'all. So, y'all, I'm going to put up the pictures and we're going to play the sound bites and we'll talk on the other side.
Let me give you the quote from the Sussexes. They've said, "It is a moot point. The trip is being funded privately. I'm not sure what this petition hopes to achieve. Of course, if you wanted to dive into the ridiculousness of this petition as an agenda for spreading misinformation, then one could equally hypothesize that there are approximately 26.5 million Australians who haven't signed it. That's 99.98% of the population, who must therefore agree with the taxpayer picking up the tab for their visit. They said, of course, that is another equally stupid assertion to make, but why let common sense get in the way of a good story? That's what they've said. Just dig that apart for us, if you don't mind, Angela.
I've covered the royals for 30 years, including a decade when I lived in London. I have never seen anyone in the royal family or royal family adjacent respond in this manner to a petition. Why do they have to comment on everything? You give it legitimacy when you comment on it. And it's so petty. That's not what we're about. To comment that 98.98% of us.
Did y'all hear her say that that was so petty of Harry and Meghan? You know what? This is what they need. This is what they need. Talking about when you comment on it, you give it legitimacy. This is the same woman who was sitting up there for the past 4 minutes talking about this so-called petition and referring to it as it was legitimate. Now, it is ridiculous to me that somehow they feel that they can comment on things like this, but Harry and Meghan shouldn't push back on things like this. You gave it legitimacy when you sit down to have a conversation, a whole segment on this nonsense. Harry and Meghan are just pushing back on that nonsense that y'all are creating. It is ridiculous to me. These people are so accustomed to being able to say whatever they want to about Harry and Meghan without any pushback that they don't know what to do with themselves when Harry and Meghan decide to do exactly that, push back. I have said this for a long time. They want to be able to abuse Harry and Meghan in peace. That's what the derangers want. That's what the flying monkeys want. That's what people like her want. They want to be able to abuse them in peace. They don't want no pushback. They don't want people calling her horse face. They don't want people absolutely getting in her face and telling her that she is a lying piece of you know what. And you are giving it legitimacy. Why can't Harry and Meghan comment on your nonsense? I love it. I love it. I love I love this new pettiness that is coming from Harry and Meghan's camp. Y'all know me. I love it. I love it. I love it. And this squatty posted that video and said, "So now that Harry and Meghan are fighting back against your malicious lies, y'all want to refer to them as royals to shut them up. I thought y'all said they were no longer royals. You can't make up lies and expect Harry and Meghan to continue to turn the other cheek. It's a new FAFO era. Fire. Yes, yes, yes. I prefer to call it Harry and Meghan's petty era. Yes, I love it. I love it. No more of these flying monkeys taking these cheap shots at the expense of Harry and Meghan. No more with that. You will get a response and you will be made a fool of, because this is exactly what this statement does. Harry and Meghan's spokesperson used sarcasm to absolutely humiliate them and to show how stupid they are. I love it. I do. And I am here for it. It is about time, y'all. This is going to be fun. All right, y'all, I want to change gears right now and talk about some of the squatties who have been able to get tickets to Meghan's event in Australia, and they have been posting about it on X. And the first up is Kaylee. This is what Kaylee said. She said, so very excited to be selected to attend Meghan's retreat weekend in Sydney. I am still pinching myself. Can't wait to meet Meghan and the three lovely ladies I know that are chosen. Love a once in a lifetime experience. Yes, I am so excited for them. And I'm so excited for us because we get to have squatties on site. I cannot wait, y'all. This is going to be so exciting. And this next one is Harry and Meghan's. And this is what they say. They say, I'm still pinching myself, beyond grateful to have been offered a ticket to the Her Best Life retreat in Sydney, where Meghan will be the headline speaker, along with three incredible Sussex Squad ladies. What an opportunity. Y'all, I got to calm down. I got to calm down. But yes, I'm so excited. And the next one is Flower. And this is what she posted. She said, living my best life in April with three amazing Sussex Squad besties who will join me in Sydney to meet the Duchess of Sussex herself, 296 other amazing women. This is our time to celebrate our lives and to meet Gemma and Alex, who has organized this event. Yes, yes, yes. And next up, one of my favorite squatties. I mean, my all-time favorite squatties is going to be there, and I know she is going to do an amazing job reporting back. And that would be Zanny Sussex. Yes, Zanny is going to meet Meghan. And this is what she said. She said, drum roll, please. I am so excited to share that I got a ticket to the girls' weekend with Meghan. Yes, I'll be inside and I will be making sure to bring you updates. And I went VIP so our table gets a photo with Meghan. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. This is going to be so exciting. And I'm going to put this up, and this is from Breaking News, and it says, Meghan's fan base is all about building community. Where is the lie? Where is it? We are a tribe. We are constantly building community. This is so true. And it says, from the message I'm seeing on here, these girls are more excited to finally meet each other in person and spend time developing new sisterhood. This is all Meghan ever wanted. Women building community through friendship. Exactly. And I have my own little tribe. I am so excited. I am. I love this. This is so true. Meghan is all about sisterhood. It is all about building a community. And I just love it. And y'all know, I think my community here is the best community on these internet streets. But I am so excited for these squatties to be able to meet each other and just have a sisterhood, a connection. I am so excited. I cannot wait to see all the pictures. Y'all, this is going to be so good. And this is from Breaking News as well. It says, squatties expect Accurate and factual reporting from the 3-day retreat Meghan is headlining. Mainstream media is not to be trusted with the truth, so we must turn to independent journalists who aren't for sale. And we are going to have squatties on site, so we know we're going to get the tea, the real tea. I cannot wait. And this is from Zanny Sussex. It says GB News is already stalking us and pushing that fake petition drive by the British media, the derangers, and bots. Sorry, haters. Harry and Meghan are loved here in Australia. Nothing will stop us supporting them and reporting the truth on the ground. Go suck on those sour grapes. Where's the lie? Because it's nothing but sour grapes. They know that they're not invited to the biggest party it is of the year, the biggest thing that has come to Australia in forever. And they're not invited. Yes, they're hating from outside of the club. Yes. And here's the article that GB News wrote, and it says Meghan Markle super fans. They don't call us the Sussex Squad anymore. I wonder why. Talking about Meghan Markle's super fans announce exciting update ahead of Australia's trip despite negative petition. Yes, we put a kibosh on that, didn't we? We really did. Nobody believes that nonsense. I mean, it is ridiculous that they continue to try to peddle this. And Harry and Meghan, I'm not going to get into it anymore, but Harry and Meghan's spokesperson, mwah, chef's kiss. All right, y'all, let's get into this article a little bit. I'm not going to read a lot of it, but it starts out by saying Meghan Markle's superfans have announced an exciting update ahead of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's Australia trip next month. The Duchess of Sussex will host a luxury wellness event called Her Best Life in Sydney in April, with the attendees paying approximately $3,000 or £1,557, depending on the access tier. Several fans of the Duchess have taken to social media to outline their excitement at being selected to meet the 44-year-old. And then they go into repeating word for word the posts that all the squatties were posting about being excited about being picked to see Meghan, to be at this event. I mean, just like Zanny Sussex said, the sour grapes are real. They are. They are hating from outside of the club. And I want to put this up. This comes from Delilah. She is nothing but a troll. She is nothing but an ugly old hag and a deranger. And she is absolutely having a full-on meltdown because these squatties are going to be at Meghan's event. Look what she says. She says, this is very interesting and not the first person I've seen bragging about being specially selected to go to this event. Are the Harkles selecting all the people who go and pay for the tickets to ensure a positive crowd at the event? And then she had the nerve to tag Piers Morgan and Kinsey Schofield. This woman is crazy. Do she really think that squatties are afraid of Piers Morgan and Kinsey Schofield? We made Kinsey Schofield cry because we talked about her wearing her glasses. She cannot take the heat. And we all know that Piers can't take it. One word about that scandalous hoe of a wife of his, and he is running for the hills. So I don't understand how she really thinks that squatties would somehow feel any kind of way about her tagging them. But I tell you what, she could not. As you can see at the bottom here, this post is unavailable. Yes, after Squatties got through dragging the dog F out of her, she absolutely deleted the post because she just didn't understand who she was dealing with. I'm telling you, it was delicious. The dragging was epic. I loved every minute of it, because coming with this kind of nonsense and then tagging Piers Morgan and Kenzie Schofield like they gonna do something. Kenzie Schofield don't want to deal with us. She just thinks she does. She needs to worry about that raggedy reputation she has in Hollywood because she was so closely associated with P. Diddy. She don't want us to dig that up. You know, what she maybe did or didn't do when she was working for him during the time he was committing the crimes that he is presently incarcerated for. Was she his assistant? I'm just asking a question. All I can say is nah, Kenzie don't want to deal with us. She don't want to deal with the squad. And this squatty came up under Delilah's post and said, Delilah is so jealous. Why are you tagging Piers Morgan and that wannabe Kenzie Schofield? What in the hell do you think they're going to do? The same Kenzie Schofield that put her ugly face on Meghan and Harry's engagement picture, or Piers Morgan walking off of live television because he got dragged by Alex Barrett, then got sacked. And let's not forget how he got drugged by that streamer. History Talkery. Yes, History Talkery absolutely brought nothing but smoke for Piers's arse that day. He walked off of his own show. He walked off of his own show. I can't. And this squatty goes on and says, unhinged broke trolls can't afford what Duchess of Sussex is providing, so they distract from reality with their fake outrage. I hope you see all of the wonderful pictures from the event. Thank you, Carrie Lee Ford, for showing this delusional troll the receipt. And look at this. This is Kenzie Schofield. This is why she's so mad, because she wanted to be Meghan. They're all jealous. They're all jealous and envious. I cannot, but this particular squatty, I mean, she absolutely knocked me out. I'm dead. And I'm going to put this up. This is another squatty dragging Delilah. She said, obviously a case of more money than sense then. And this squatty came in, reposted that and said, sure, honey, you can smell the bitterness off of you. This is why you keep stalking squatties who get tickets all day and tagging Piers Morgan and Harry stalker Kenzie. Stay poor, Delilah. Not stay poor. Oh my God, squatties, we are vicious and I love it. And this squatty decided to tag Delilah's head as well and said this. First, it's no one will attend. Now it's people will attend, but it'll be only a positive crowd. Aren't you tired of moving the goalposts? Don't you have a petition for Brokies to sign? There are 28 million people in Australia and y'all only got 30K signatures? Girl, get to work. Girl, bye. Squatties were absolutely perfection in this dragging. I'm telling you, they did not miss. And this squatty, which is Zanny Sussex, she reposted Delilah's post and said this. Why are the derangers and the British media in so much pain about us Australians spending our own money to attend events of our choice? It's clear they truly believe the voices in their heads and are upset when they get a reality check. Where is the lie? They really believe it. They're in this bubble. They're in their own favorite minds. And when they get a reality check, they can't handle it. And this other squatty came up under this squatty and said, Crazy Delilah has been stalking squatties all day and tagging Piers Morgan and Kenzie Schofield. Such loser behavior from her. Zanny Sussex said, they're in so much pain over our going. Loser behavior indeed. Yes, I'm telling you, nothing but loser behavior. And Zanny came back with this one and said, oh, the derangers' tantrums and meltdowns over us choosing to spend our money on the girls' retreat with Meghan are truly entertaining. Apparently, they can't imagine people actually having $3,000. I cannot. She said, actually having $3,000 to spend. But then most arrangers are scammers and ex-cons, so that explains it. And she ain't lying about that either. Word on the curb, a lot of them are scammers and grifters and ex-cons. And one of them calls herself Megan Moe. Now, I'm just saying, allegedly. And Delilah is not the only one getting drugged up and down these internet streets. Yes, they are skull dragging Matt Donnelly. I mean, squatties are skull dragging him for everything that he is worth, and that is not much. He is a liar, and he is a perpetrator. Someone who presents themselves as a journalist, but we know a journalist actually pursues facts. And we know Matt would not be able to recognize a fact if someone placed it in those tiny little baby hands of his. But I digress. Matt is the one that wrote this hit piece about Harry and Meghan in Variety. And yes, squatties have not let up on that head of his. They are dragging him because Harry and Meghan has proven that everything he said was nothing but a lie. Just like Harry and Meghan and Netflix said it was. They called him out even before the article was published, and he went ahead and published it anyway. With the lies and with Harry and Meghan and Netflix statements proving that he was lying. But we all know why he did that, because this was coordinated. Variety had no choice because I believe they already had been paid, my belief, to kick off this onslaught of attacks on Harry and Meghan. This was all coordinated from Kensington Palace to absolutely discredit Harry and Meghan, to attack them, to smear them. So this is the reason why they went ahead and published the article, because they had to play their part in kicking this off. This was their role in a bigger plan to try to hurt Harry and Meghan's viability to earn a living in Hollywood. This is all it was. It was a smear, and they were a part of it. But I tell you what, squatties are dragging them up and down these internet streets. Squatties are tagging Matt, they are tagging Variety, calling them out for the liars that they are, and it is delicious. The dragging is delicious. This squatty kicked it off and said, well, it seems like so-called award-winning journalist Matt Donnelly is an award-winning liar. Harry and Meghan are still happily working with Netflix. Shame on you, Variety, for peddling fabricated stories. Exactly. And I love that this squatty tagged both Matt and Variety. We ain't playing with you. And this squatty right here posted a picture of Matt. Woo! I'm just going to leave it there. And this squatty said, no, pasty face at Matt Donnelly with tiny hands, wide hips, thick thighs, and no integrity. No, don't tell me Matt has childbearing hips like Charles. Is not ashamed because he knew this article was a lie, and he knew why he was chosen for this hit piece. Hashtag racist. Y'all, I'm telling you, squatties are on it. I just don't even know. The dragon is so epic. This squatty said the variety clickbait circus has folded, leaving the usual monarchist crowd looking a right mess. For a week, they feasted on Matt Donnelly's fiction like it was gospel, only for Netflix to pull the rug. It is the inevitable fate of those who trade reality for choreographed fantasy. When your worldview relies on mystery and gimmicks, you are bound to be the last to spot the con. A masterclass in being utterly predictable and humiliated. I just want to say this. The reason that all the ugly old hag, the derangers, the trolls, the haters, now I'm not going to include the flying monkeys because they know better. They know they're just doing it in order to get paid, or they're doing it for that family over there, trying to assist them in the smear. But I digress. The reason they believe all this nonsense, those toadies, the hags, the trolls, the derangers, the reason they believe this is because they want to so bad. They want it to be true so bad. So they're open to this con. And I love it for them. I love them being humiliated, because can you imagine hating a woman you don't even know? Now, Kate, I don't hate Kate. I absolutely could go the rest of my life never even speaking her name again. It is not that deep for me. It's not that deep for squatties. We don't hate that family over there. We don't care enough to hate them. You really have to care to hate someone or hate something. We don't care. But these people hate Meghan. They care. They're obsessed. And that makes them such easy cons. I'm just saying. This squatty said Variety and Matt Donnelly caught out again. The desperate attempt to manifest a Harry and Meghan flop has failed. It turns out that the Sussexes are doing just fine, and the sources are just bitter. Tough pill to swallow for those who made a career out of hating them. Back to the drawing board, lads. Exactly. Exactly, because they really thought they had did something with this coordinated plan. They really thought they were going to kick this off and pile on to Harry and Meghan, but they did not anticipate the pushback. They're so used to saying whatever they want to say and nobody pushed back. But this time, Harry and Meghan did. They didn't anticipate Harry and Meghan switching up the game on them. No, they didn't. They're so used to saying whatever they want to say without pushback from Harry and Meghan. They anticipated Harry and Meghan doing the old dignified silence, and they wasn't ready for Harry and Meghan to do the dignified pushback. Yes, because it was dignified, but it also was a pushback. They did not understand that Harry and Meghan had changed up their strategy. Yes, they decided that they were going to push back. Yes, Harry and Meghan are in their petty era, and y'all are not going to be able just to say whatever you want to. Not as long as they got lawyers, and not as long as they have the squatties. So yeah, I love it. And all I can say is back to the drawing board as well. Because what y'all tried to pull this time is never going to work again. That right there, that play is dead. And I'm going to put this up because this is from one of my favorite squatties and one of my favorite Sussex friendly podcasters, Meghan, the Duchess of Advocacy. This is what she said. She said, I wish at Matt Donnelly would come out and play with the Sussex squad and bring the 6 unnamed Netflix sources. And y'all know what cartoon this is from. Yes, it is so funny. It is so funny. I'm telling you. Meghan, the Duchess of Advocacy, said, come on out and play, Matt. Don't be scared. Come on out. Don't be scared. Because the squad is not going to play with you. Yes, that's why he hiding. Why you hiding, Matt? Matt absolutely is hiding. He don't want to play. He don't want to play with the squad. And y'all, I'm gonna put this up because in our paper they did three, not one, not two, but three opinion pieces on Prince Harry and Meghan. Can you believe this? It makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense. And this particular squatty posted all three of them. And this is what they said. Can Prince Harry return to the royal family? And under that is the three opinion pieces. And the first one is from Rebecca Reed, and the title of her opinion piece is Meghan and Harry are living the dream. No wonder we can't stand them. Yes, she's talking about the jealousy. We always have said it's nothing but the jealousy and the envy. That's why they so mad. And because Harry and Meghan didn't fail like they predicted. And the second opinion piece is by Richard Palmer. Now, his opinion piece title is In William's plans for the monarchy, there is only one place for Harry. Now, I must admit, I haven't read any of them, but I am going to do maybe some pop-ups about one or two of them. So we will discuss them in the future. And the third one is by Tessa Dunlap. And Tessa's opinion piece title is Pushing Harry Out Will Be King Charles's Biggest Regret. Yes, three opinion pieces in one day. It makes no sense. This squatty that posted this said, Jesus, are these people okay? The begging is out of control. It is. I mean, I'm with this squatty. Are they okay? It makes no sense to keep going on and on and on. It's been 6 years now. 6. We'll soon be going on 7 years. I think we are going on 7 years. We are going on 7 years. Stop it. And the squatty that reposted this said, the weirdness today, because even useless Tina Brown was begging for them to go back. I got to find that article from Tina Brown because we all know I love seeing her beg. She has said some nasty things about Harry and Meghan. I want to see what her justification of begging Harry and Meghan to come back. We all know that they know Willie and Kitty is not enough. Now, they might not say it flat out, but we know that this is what they are insinuating. Because why are you begging, out here begging for Harry and Meghan to come back if you believe that Willie and Kitty was really enough? And I'm going to put this up. Look at this. This squatty posted this. It says, same day, 3 articles, all updated at the same time. 6 a.m., the article by Tessa Dunlap, Pushing Harry Out Will Be King Charles's Biggest Regret. 8 a.m., article by Richard Palmer, In William's plan for the monarchy, there is only one place for Harry. And at 10 a.m., making up the trifecta of articles, it is Rebecca Reed's article of Meghan and Harry are living the dream. No wonder we can't stand them. This is craziness. This is the squatty that posted this said, the British press is openly demanding King Charles save the monarchy by fixing things with the Sussexes before his incandescent heir takes the throne. The power that Harry and Meghan hold. The I-paper is published by the Daily Mail, by the way. I didn't know that. Yes. Look at this. Good info. And as you can see, they all updated at the very same time. The begging is the begging for me. Even the backhanded back alley begging from the Daily Fail. I'm just saying. And meanwhile, Anne and Charles are getting heckled and booed. Yes, boo, boo. The Republic posted this and said Anne has been heckled in Oxford about the Andrew scandal. She's been described as being sympathetic for Andrew despite the allegations. Will she answer questions? I doubt it. Not that old piece of leather. She is not going to answer anything, but I bet you she knew. She knew. They all knew. Now they want to play and pretend like nobody knew anything. Yeah, they all knew, including Anne. That's the reason she scurried so quickly up into that building. That's the way they do. They scurry into those buildings when those hecklers start heckling them. I mean, Anne was in a full trot getting into that building, but I digress. The Republic also posted about Charles getting heckled. This is what they said. They said the second royal heckled today. Charles and Camilla has been heckled at St. Austell, Cornwall. What did they know about Andrew? The rotten royals are part of a cover-up. Where is the lie? They're all covering up. They all been covering up for Andrew. And now it's all coming out. And I just love it for them. And I love it for Charles and his horse. Ooh, that right there, it gives me life. I hope Diana is looking down in some way and enjoying every minute of it. I mean that. Now, y'all know I love to end on a positive note, and I found this very sweet post that I'm going to end with from Emma Seeley. And she's talking about receiving her as ever haul. Listen to what she says. She says, as my friend Louise liked Meghan's as ever honey, I popped around to her house to give her the honey. She asked me how much I wanted for it, and I told her I don't want anything for it, and thanked her for being a fab friend to me. Yes, these are the kind of people who are swatties. These are the kind of people who love Meghan and love her products and love what she stands for. Look at this beautiful woman. Oh my goodness, squatties, we are beautiful inside and out. We have that beautiful heart. And it just shows. And I love being a part of this community. I really, really do. Listen, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.